Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the opportunity to address the committee this morning and talk about labor availability challenges in the construction industry. My name is Sean Strickland. I'm Executive Director of Canada's Building Trades Unions, and I'll be sharing my time with Mark Elliker, who's the Business Manager of the Hamilton-Brantford Building Trades Council. I'm going to give you the committee a few suggestions on some policy changes that may help with labor availability in the construction industry. Mark's going to talk about how policy impacts in real time on workers in their community. Canada's building trades unions, we represent 600,000 workers and 14 affiliated unions right across Canada. As you know, construction industry is unique. Projects arise, projects get built and they wind down, and then workers are often subject to layoff. And this happens at different times in different regions across the country, requiring different trades, creating labor shortages in some areas and surpluses in another, because construction projects don't happen in uniform right across the country. Because of that, the construction industry also needs unique solutions to address labor availability. A few suggestions: a skilled trades workforce mobility tax deduction. Currently, skilled trades workers aren't afforded the same treatment under the Income Tax Act as other workers and can't deduct work-related expenses from their income. This creates a barrier to having to travel to where the industry needs workers. Secondarily, cross-border mobility across North America. We know that training qualifications for many of our trades are near identical on both sides of the Canada-US border. Therefore, it makes sense to allow members to travel back and forth across the border to address labor shortages. This is something that cannot currently happen. The temporary foreign worker program is part of a short-term solution, but it has to be reformed. One suggestion we have is allowing unions who are interested to become the designated sponsor for the temporary foreign worker, which will ensure that workers are treated fairly and that we can leverage our hiring hall system so temporary foreign workers can be put to work on a consistent basis and also provide a pathway to citizenship. Government also needs to work with local labor market experts like building trades councils who best understand the local market. For example, the 2015 version of the Labor Market Information Assessment asks specifically if a union has been consulted about the hiring of a temporary foreign worker. In 2021, the recent version of the form, that question was deleted. So it's important that building trades councils are consulted when temporary foreign workers come into an area. And lastly, I think it's important, there's massive challenges right now with suggesting a construction pilot program where we target 10,000 workers from somewhere in various areas across the world to have a construction immigration pilot project where we can attract workers to Canada and provide them with a pathway to citizenship and meet our labor shortages. With that, I'll turn it over to Mark. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee, and thank you for this opportunity. My name is Mark Elliker. I'm the Business Manager of the Hamilton-Brantford Building Trades Council, representing 16 unions and over 10,000 skilled trade workers. As Sean mentioned, the cyclical nature of construction requires different solutions to address labor availability. Our key focus is to continuously recruit, train, and dispatch skilled trades workers, creating opportunities for the local and regional economies first. As labor market experts, we know that the demand for workers can fluctuate from 1 or 2 day shutdowns to a week's to longer term projects. As a result, we often deal with labor availability and labor shortages. Sean made some important points I want to expand on. A skilled trades workforce mobility tax deduction will remove employment barriers for workers. Our labor demand fluctuates. We often have workers traveling from Thunder Bay to Windsor to help assist with critical shutdowns in steel mills, petrochemical, auto plants, and power generation. The entire time having to pay for accommodations on the road while continuing to support their family back home. On cross-border mobility, I'm a steam fitter by trade. This book used to obtain my certificate of qualification is the exact same as what my American sisters and brothers use. Our training is just that close. In Hamilton-Brantford, we have steel mills and refineries that all require large short-term mobile skilled workforce, and we are right beside the Buffalo border. We support a balanced approach to temporary foreign workers program. We would work with employers and owner clients to bring in workers like this past summer from Google. But when the scope of the project changes, local workers are laid off and the contractor has to keep temporary foreign workers or risk getting penalized. Finally, immigration. The construction industry is built on immigration. I myself am a first-generation Canadian. My father and his three brothers all immigrated to this country because of the skilled trades. We cannot allow employers or labor markets to undercut and water down fair contractors who have invested and established best practices in apprenticeship and training. If we bring people in to build our country, we should give them respect and every opportunity to become Canadian citizens. Thank you. I look forward to any questions you may have.